Hello, hi. I'm Nicole. I'm the Guildford coordinator for Family Voice Surrey, and I think I might have been actually been working for Family Voice for about 4 years. So generally, what I do is I look after the Guildford area for Family Voice, and as part of an amazing team that tries to support families that have got additional needs. You know all about us. So today we've got an amazing lady today, Rachael Hurton, who's going to literally tell us all about Synergy Dance and what they do, and just it's really amazing what they do. So yeah, I just thought, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, Rachael, and then a little bit about what you do, or how you actually started Synergy Dance and all of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure thing. So yeah, I'm Rachael Hurton. I've been running Synergy for 8 years, and I'm a parent as well. I've got 2 children, a boy and a girl, and that is part of the story behind Synergy. Because when I had children, I set up Synergy to make a difference. I discovered a gap in the market for fun, inclusive activities which appeal to everyone. So originally we set up what we call mainstream Synergy, which was non-competitive but really high quality dance classes, and we partnered at Guildford Spectrum. And then I had a flood of queries because it was so inclusive and fun from parents, carers who had children with additional needs. And I thought, rather than putting everyone in one class, why don't we set up a separate entity for children that needed specialist teaching, extra care, and to call it what it is, classes for special needs and disabilities. And we all know that's a massive umbrella term. There might be 18 to 20 different types of additional need, from autism to AHD to MLD to hearing loss to visual impairment. I won't rattle off the whole list, but so Synergy Outreach was born, and we set up a not-for-profit arm of Synergy to foster classes, dance, yoga, meditation, activities for all, for juniors and teens. And it was born in Surrey. And because it's not for profit, we can have potentially small classes, and we also run special needs festivals at the Guildford Spectrum as well, and throughout Surrey. So the dream was, and the vision was, no one's left behind, inclusive activities for everyone, and that they were fit for purpose and fun, not patronizing, that children that perhaps needed extra attention were getting the same as everybody else, and that was a dream, that they're fun and engaging. And so that's how Outreach was born. And then since then it's absolutely escalated. It'll come into things we discuss later, but we've won 6 awards. We've been streamed on Strictly Come Dancing. They came to film one of our classes from children in need. So we tapped into unmet need, I think, in terms of fit for purpose, fun activities for children, and also a place where parents can bond with other carers. But the important things were high quality, a relaxed setting, and obviously having all the checks and balances in place as well. But yeah, we've had unprecedented demand now.
Amazing. Well, my daughter, actually, she's 16, and one of our friends actually told us about the class at Woking for 16 plus on a Saturday. And we're just kind of looking for something new, so we started going along to that. Some of her friends have also started going along to that, but it's just got bigger and bigger, the group, because it's just so popular. And she just loves it. Every Saturday she's like dancing, so she's got Down syndrome. So I think, it's just been a great group for her. So just to encourage you, it's amazing. It's been fantastic. So let's just have a look here. So what kind of, so for example, so what kind of dance classes do you run for SEND? Or I don't know if you want to expand on that a bit.
Yeah, so we've got, because of COVID and the pandemic, which never gets left out of conversation, we've got hybrid delivery now. So we've got on-site activity and very specialist online delivery. So I'll talk about both. So the on-site delivery is mainly, the cornerstones are Guildford Spectrum and Woking Leisure Centre. Woking, we've got classes on a Saturday, and it's special needs dance and movement, which is in a relaxed setting, and they're for 6+ years, and then teens and younger people. And at Guildford Spectrum, we've got another class for SEND, and that includes people in a wheelchair as well. We're also supplying classes via Active Surrey, inclusive dance classes for Mole Valley and Waverley, and we also provide classes for people with disabilities over at YMCA, Reigate and Godstone. So we're quite prolific, and we're also doing inclusive classes over at Dorking. Most of it is driven by funding because it is not for profit, so we need to cover our costs. And then we also do yoga and meditation. That has many strands for both the dance and the yoga. It can be seated yoga for all ages, so we call that Parastars Dance and Parastars Yoga for juniors, teens, adults and seniors, or we have what we call Sen yoga for juniors and teens, and that's also going into schools. So we've got primary school and secondary school level yoga and teens, and that brings me on to the inclusive platform. So in lockdown we pivoted, and within four working days we started delivering online workouts, and we partnered with people like British Blind Sport, Paradance UK. We've actually got 57 partnerships now with charities, Freedom Leisure, Everyone Active. And what happened was we kept going with this inclusive platform, which has activities for example, children with special needs, autism, cerebral palsy. We're targeting all ages, so children, adults, teens and seniors. We've got seated workouts, low and high impact, a return and rehab to fitness program, seated Pilates. There really is no stone unturned. We've got audios, workouts for the visually impaired and blind. We're bringing in subtitles for the deaf. So,
oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
It's hard to summarise in one sentence. We've now got 700 lessons, and each course contains 10 lessons, and they're brilliant because you can practice at home, and we found numerous benefits for the Zen community, from sleeping better, from getting fit, being able to practice, more confidence, greater flexibility and range of movement, and incredible testimonials where sometimes it even affects children that are non-verbal. They start to speak more. So really the online delivery complements the on-site delivery and allows us to be more prolific, because the on-site delivery has gone national. It's being shared by Everyone Active, a leisure chain with similar goals to Synergy. And so there's scope for parents, if they're desperate to do a SEND class. We're not yet there, we're not yet round the corner and it's too far to drive. There are the options of attending our inclusive workouts, and you can access those via the Synergy website. Just click on Dance and Yoga at Home. It's on the homepage, smack in the middle, and it's all there. So we've got courses.
Is that at a charge, or
yeah, we've made it it was free during lockdown, but it's since lockdown we've taken it up a notch. We're recording in a professional studio with a professional videographer, so that you've got perfect quality. There's no wobbles in quality, and it can also be extended to a large screen in a school. And so for one course, one-off payment, we're charging £19.95, and that includes 10 lessons, and it can be played endlessly, which is incredible value. Works out about £1 or £2 a lesson, but you can play it as much as you like. And so those are very popular as well. But the essential ingredients are dance, yoga, meditation, and we've also included Pilates as well. And we're buddying up with lots of other charities. For example, British Blind Sport have commissioned us to do seated yoga for visually impaired and blind. F&D Hope UK, they've got members with neurological disorders. We provide seated Pilates for them because their concentration levels can come and go, and they really like the Pilates. And for kids, we've got beautiful themed programs, which are Zen yoga, really fantastic. They've got ideas like going to the seaside, the weather, a whole range of things that bring some colour to it. And the same with dance. A lot of the workouts we do are themed. When we're on site, it is structured, even though it's relaxed, because children generally need structure. So there'll be a warm-up, circle time. We often work with a giant ribbon to bring everyone into the circle. We have PEX cards, it might be an animal, so we'll do like crocodile dancing like this, or emulating a lion. So it's all very carefully structured, but also you mentioned how much your own daughter's enjoying this. There's opportunities for people to get involved in the class. They might choose the next theme, or they might put a sign on the mirror, or they might just say what's coming next because we've done it before. And we also give opportunities for individuals with SEND to come into paid freelance employment. We've got one girl at Woking assisting, and she's going to pay for that because we want to get her on that path of having opportunities. So we really are
something that you are trying to get SEND individuals as such, or adults with disabilities involved in paid employment. Is that something you're doing all around Surrey, or
this is in its infancy?
New initiative?
Yeah, because we're just coming out of COVID, and you know, we haven't been doing on site for that long since, you know, the pandemic. But yeah, if someone sort of expresses an interest and they want to potentially assist a class, you know, it's giving them an opportunity.
So great. That's amazing. So giving them a bit of a skill as well. And that's fantastic if they want to carry on with that. Are your instructors all trained in SEND, or did they get specific training to do that?
Yeah, there's several strands to that. For the seated workouts, we've partnered with Paradance UK, and they come in and train there. They've also done online SEND training to facilitate all of that, and then alongside that, safeguarding, and then things like Makaton signing, and some people before lockdown went to a sighted guiding course with Sight for Surrey. And we also constantly update. There are some really, for example, good online SEND courses that Children in Need have sent us, that British Blind Sport have sent us, because I think the whole environment is changing all the time. Safeguarding's right up there. Obviously, we've got online safeguarding policy and on-site policy to keep children safe. So yeah, it's a whole range of skills. And also, it's not just about what's on paper. You've got to have a certain temperament to engage with children, to make them feel calm when they come into the room, to give that sense of confidence and that you're welcome and that everything's okay. And that's a skill. It's teaching skill as well, because you could have loads of qualifications, but it's done. You know, the children need reassurance, they need a smile, and a teacher with a lot of patience. And anyone that's been out there teaching knows you have your lesson plan, but it needs to be elastic. It depends on the group in front of you and how they're responding, you know. So if something's working really well, they'll spend longer on that. And if attention's dropping, something's working less well, then we'll move on to the next skill. But we do have a set formula. I've been into schools, for example, we have run some sessions at Gosden House, and it was lovely to see that they had a 6-week program of street dance for special needs. And at the end of the 6 weeks, they were able to showcase that to the rest of the school, which was a massive achievement. It was the first time the kids had come together since the pandemic, since the bubbles, the first time the whole school had mixed. And it was a really big deal for them, not just to learn a dance routine, but to perform it. You know, there were nerves on the day, but it was, at the end, all the teachers joined in, and everyone was lying down doing relaxation. So sometimes also there is a sort of, I like the word hybrid version on the on-site classes. We might do 45 minutes, half an hour of that could be the dance and movement, and then we might finish off with some storytelling or relaxation, just to help counter anxiety. They might be tired at this point, you know, overstimulated. But one of the things we learned when Strictly came to film us was the resilience and the respect for the children we teach that we've sent. It was a lot for them, non-stop filming. You know, I had to keep saying they might need a break. You know, although the film crew were fantastic, but you know, they had things that they were dealing with, and the crew said that the SEND children were more professional than companies they'd worked with. You know, they just coped brilliantly. So I think also there's a bit of a culture where children with SEN, and in the case of your daughter Downs, they're underestimated of what they can cope with and what they can do. So you know, it's about providing opportunities as well.
Exactly. I mean, that is actually one of the reasons I wanted to to try out your classes, is I wanted someone to actually challenge her a bit more, because we were going to another class and they were amazing. They were great. They also did, they're also doing really great work all
Yeah.
around Surrey.
Yeah.
I wanted her to learn a bit more of a routine, because I know she's capable of doing it. She kind of watches these wee dances and follows all the dance moves. So I know she's capable of doing a routine. So that's why I was looking for something maybe a bit more challenging. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully there is more in them, right? And they can be challenged to do more. So I wanted to ask you to tell us a little bit about your the dance festival that's coming up in Guildford that you're hoping to run in July. Maybe just to let parents know about that. Yeah.
Yes, so we have proposed a dance festival. We call it Zen Dance and Yoga Festival. It's booked for Guildford and Spectrum. In the morning, we've got activities, what we call Zen Yoga, which I've spoken about, which is going to be for 6+ years and then 12 to 18 years. It's a chance for kids to come in and try yoga. They might be a bit scared of it. They've never done it before. They might think, what is yoga?
Yeah.
And they can do some stretches, lie on a mat, and then we have relaxation with lavender bags. And normally they come out saying, wow, can I do more of this? So hopefully it would lead to continuation. And then in the afternoon, we've got dance workshops, and we're partnering with Cube Disability, who are based up north, and they're going to come in and do some West End workshops with SEND children. The theme's going to be rock and roll, and there's a new musical out called Anne Juliet, if you Google it. Really lovely music. So they're going to do sort of a new thing that we're trying, is like West End workshops for kids with SEND. Usual formula, normally about an hour or so long. Relaxed setting, so that's a real treat that we're bringing in for the afternoon, but this isn't funded, so we've started a crowdfunding campaign and we're only halfway there, and if we don't hit our target it won't go ahead. And if anyone's seen the clip of us on Strictly, it's similar to that, where we've got a big inclusive class, everyone's smiling, dancing, trying out new things, coming together, and it's also opportunity for parents and carers to connect. It's a whole day that we're over there, and it's all carefully structured. It is essentially free, but we've asked for a £2 donation just to get numbers as they go online to book, because we have to risk assess, and we generally find if you make it completely free, people will just turn up on the day. We need to do quality assurance risk assessments, and that £2 will go towards running the event on the day. So it's an absolute treat, and but we're only halfway there. So if we're really looking for £2 donations from quite a wide audience, and sorry, we know everyone's not made of money. We're just coming out of a pandemic. We've got inflation, rising costs everywhere, but this is an opportunity, because it is essentially free, to bring the community together, and children can have a say in the activities, and also feedback, what they enjoyed, whether they'd like to continue. And that is always the aim, not to do just one-off events that end there, is continuation and sustaining, but sometimes people just need that little taster to try something out and then have the confidence to come back. So that would be the aim of continuation. So we're reaching out to parents, carers in Surrey to just do a little donation. It all makes a difference. So just to bring us home over that finishing line, we've raised a fair bit, but we're still short of the target. So, and it'll all be for nothing if we can't get that funding in. It is driven by funding. We have a lot of costs, obviously hiring of the teachers, the room hire, the planning, a lot goes on behind the scenes. So but
so where can people donate to that? Is it on your website, or I don't know if you want to give us a bit more information about that.
Yeah, so it's on the website. I can perhaps send a link. It's probably easier than quoting a link if I can send a link after the interview, and if you cut and paste it underneath, you just click on the link to donate. Sometimes it asks for a bit of information, but we've got no collaboration going on. They just want to know a little bit about you, but it's very easy to enroll and just make a donation. If anyone's super keen to make a donation outside of this, just to help Synergy Thrive and put on more classes, you can email synergydance.co.uk for the donate button, or Catherine, spelled with a K, Kathryn at synergydance.co.uk. She's our guru that will answer any questions, technical, if anyone had any issues donating. Pretty easy. We have got donate buttons. We've got another website as well, which is specifically for the SEND community, and that's synergydanceoutreach.co.uk. So a bit of a mouthful. So I can send over links to click on if it might be easier to.
Yeah, that would be great. And yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you also mentioned that where people can get hold of you, but also it's great that you've got a separate website for those with additional needs. Okay, so I was going to ask you a little bit about the awards that you've just that you've won in this past year, and just to tell us more about that.
Yes, I had a very exciting weekend last weekend, the Club Hub UK Awards that managed all the children's activities in the UK, and we were awarded Digital Business of the Year at Synergy, and that was in recognition of all the online workouts we've done, which are being very much enjoyed by all ages, from the elderly in care homes to children at school, to children in their living room. And we're kind of harnessing that technology as well, that we are living in a digital age now, and they're really fit for purpose, fun workouts, so anyone can do those. So that was in recognition of that, and the vast audiences we're reaching now. And then the year before for Club Hub, we won Leader of the Year, which was very nice. And alongside that, we've won the Community Sport and Recreation Award. Let's say that again. Community Sport and Recreation Award. They're a mouthful, aren't they?
Yeah.
For diversity inclusion. We've won Specialist Dance School of the Year 2 years running, from the Innovation and Excellence Awards. And then just the last one was Best Outreach Programs Provider. So we've got a collection of sticks.
What an achievement. Well done. You must be so proud. Well done.
Yeah, proud of the team. It's never one person. It's a lot of people working very hard round the clock. We work long hours behind the scenes. And
how many people work for Synergy?
We've only got 6. So we're a small team.
Yes.
So we're quite full stretch. We do take volunteers. We've got 2 volunteers working for us and an intern coming in. But if anyone was qualified and wanted to come in and assist a class, or help in any way, voluntary work is also really a good part of it. So
yeah, that sounds fantastic. So is this a supported internship for someone who's got additional needs, or
it can be either? Yeah.
Or
so
just
sometimes we take graduates that they might be looking for some marketing experience. They'll come and work with us for 8 to 10 weeks. Sometimes I won't name the person, but they might want to have a go at assisting. So it's difficult to generalize because each case is different, but there are opportunities. And then we also, in the traditional way that any charity would, because Outreach is a registered charity, come in and just take people to we might need help on the day. For example, the SEND Festival, someone to be a steward or a chaperone. Some of these things do require specific qualifications, or just someone to help out on the day, someone to assist a class, or someone might be an expert at something that they want to offer to Synergy, from copy editing to proofreading to marketing, or there are people that have skills they want to share. So
yes,
we're always on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. And I'm sure there are parents who would love to get involved and might not even realize that there's such a need, and how much you actually really need that help. I was going to ask you, I think it's amazing as well that you also bring in the West End stuff in, because I know my daughter actually used to go to Goston House, and they used to bring the Globe Theatre in and do a Shakespeare production each year. Absolutely fantastic. She really thrived doing that and really enjoyed it so much. So that's fantastic. Just want to ask you, so with the SEND classes, some of them are some of them free and some of them paid for, or are they generally?
It depends. If they're fully funded, then they go out free. But a lot of the time we do need to charge to sustain, and to buy equipment and to support the team. working behind the scenes as well, who are putting all those checks in place, like safeguarding, room hire. So it's a mixture. So the courses at Woking we are charging for, but it all goes back into the pot towards bringing out more classes, making sure everything is fit for purpose. We've ticked all the boxes, and we are hoping to expand into other areas of Surrey, so it all gets donated back towards putting on more classes. You can book these classes at Guildford, Spectrum and Woking online. You just look on the website, either website, synergydance.co.uk or synergydanceoutreach.co.uk, and click on book now, and you can just click on your venue and your age group. And lots of queries come in asking, well, can I have a pay-as-you-go taster? And you can come in for one paid taster just to try it out before you commit to the rest of the term. And we're very flexible. You can book halfway through a term. You might have only just heard about us today and think, oh, I'd like to do, come back after May half term, try it out. And that's possible too. It's not sort of a portcullis that comes down after the first of the term. So we do have people coming in.
Yes,
at any point in the term.
Yeah, and I mean, my experience is it's been very friendly, and it's also a great place to also meet other parents, like you highlighted that earlier. So, which is really nice, just to be able to share your experiences with other parents, because I think, especially for those whose children travel in every day by transport into different schools, you don't have a lot of chance to speak to other parents who are in that SEND community. So for me, it's actually a great opportunity just to sit down, have a coffee with some parents while they're dancing, and it can be a bit of a fun morning for the parents as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know if there's anything else that you'd like to add. I mean, absolutely fantastic what you're doing, and
thank you.
Well done to you and your team, and amazing. But I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, maybe how we can get hold of you, or any social media pages, or anything else that you think would be interesting to add.
So Synergy is always an open door, and we are always short on funding, because we run smaller classes and because we want to do so many things. We really want to expand in Surrey. So donations are really welcome, and you can do that via the website, or you can email Catherine@synergydance.co.uk, and we'll send you these links. You can pop them underneath the live interview. And the phone number is also on the websites, and they've got a sub menu, so whatever you want to talk about, you can get through to the right person. And it's an open door, so it's a combination of websites, emailing. Most of the bookings are online, just to keep it slick and easy, so you can book your class at your convenience, but we're also always at the end of a telephone. Some people just want to chat before they book something, a few things come through via email as well, so it's many strands. Social media, again, if you go on to synergydance.co.uk and synergydanceoutreach.co.uk, both organisations speak to each other. The mainstream company donates to outreach, so both websites are quite similar, but you just click on the icons. You've got Twitter, you've got Instagram. Facebook is for me, in a way, more informative than the website, not from a technical point of view, but it's more of a daily journal of what we're doing, which you'll know from being on Facebook. So there'll be a lot more on there of our daily journey, of things that are happening, comments, pictures, interaction. So that's a really good place to go. And if anyone wants to post or add something, if you're fundraising, we're happy to share it on there. We've got about 12,000 followers on our Facebook page. So that's more of a sort of place where you'd interact with other people. But the website is a place to go to book, to make contact. If you can't remember any of the email addresses, there's a bulletproof thing that you can do. You just click on contact us and it will come through to the whole team. So you will get heard.
Yes. Fantastic. I think Christina's going to be trying out the yoga class as well on the Tuesday. That's in Guildford. So we look forward to trying out more classes and to the festival. And thank you so much for coming today. And
thank you.
you're doing such an amazing work, and I think it's great that people in Surrey know more about what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
So
That's
thank
always
you
the
so much.
challenge, is to get the
Yeah.
word out. So thank
Yeah,
you so much. And
exactly.
it's lovely that your daughter's attending our classes. So
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, well, have a wonderful day, and we'll definitely speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.